Oh, gotta plug it in. Let's start this thing. That'll gurgle for a while. Yes, I know. You know what that dirt is right there? Well, for one thing, that's hot sauce. I need to wipe it up again. And that is cinnamon. And I think that rest is like cinnamon or whatever. But also, sometimes I squirt muscle rub stuff in there. Here it is. Menthol stuff. Because right over there is where that freaking mouse, and he goes over there and there too. Every time I see his poo-poo on my counter, I clean it off, and then I put this stuff on, so that hopefully when he goes, he gets a nice warm welcome. I don't want him in my house. I got another cold sore. Dang, I had one when I was in South Carolina. It was right here. You can see the remnants. Ooh, I didn't mean to flip you off. Sorry. I was just pointing. But I'm not moving it. Getting another cold sore. It might be because I'm eating more tomatoes when I got home. Or since I've gotten home. Because tomatoes are acidic. So, anyway, yeah. I was thinking about my comment I got from Pam about what the white stuff on my floor was. And it happened to have been popcorn. It was on the floor. I'd spilled it, and then I stepped in it, and I thought, oh, I got to clean that up. Got distracted by probably Mouth, wherever he is. He was screaming just a minute ago. I don't think it's time for, here, have a look at my wall. I don't think it's time for him to eat, but he likes to let me know it is. So, got coffee. Got coffee brewing. And this is stain. I've tried to get that off, but it's stain. So, whatever. It's an old pot. I think I may have got it at a resale shop. Most of the stuff I own, I got at resale shops. I got, this wasn't too much of a deal, but it was too much of a deal to pass up for me. Because I know the prices of them. I got a Instapot for $35. Instapots are over $100. That may be an older model and maybe just close to $100, but anyway, I got an Instapot. I think I got my microwave at a resale shop. I did not get my oven, I paid full, well, actually I paid, oh, that's got to be clean too. I paid refurbished prices for that, so it was like $60, almost $70. But it was closer to $150 if it wasn't a refurbished. So most of the things I get are from resale shops. Just, that's how I make my life go. I'm cold. Anyway, the popcorn on the floor issue is, I looked at the dang thing. I said I need to clean that up. I got distracted and I walked away from it. Forgot it was there. Forgot it was there staring at it. And I'm like, just doing my life. What I need to do is make a checklist. Make sure that I've swept, whether it looks like it needs it or not. I need to make a checklist on whether I've fed him or not, because he will every time I go near his dish. Does not matter if I fed him 10 minutes ago or 3 hours ago. I'll be by his dish and it's squeaky siren. Oh my gosh, he goes nuts. If you've heard him in the background, that's mild. I want this coffee right now. I'm one of those weirdos that drinks the really strong stuff and then waits for it to get all watery up here and drink the rest of it later, just because I can't wait. And I also save a little bit in my cup just to cool whatever I'm putting in down. Just a little bit. And then, if it's not cool enough, because I don't like burn in my mouth, I will add water. And, yep. Yep. Too hot, so I'll add just a little bit of water. Most of the time I'll add milk just because extra nutrition. I've had the stomach surgery and I have to get all the vitamins I can, all the protein I can. So extra nutrition. But I only get so much allotted for food a month, so I get a gallon of milk at the beginning of the month. Usually it's gone within a week, but because I'm cooking with it and drinking it in my drinks, but so I buy a gallon of milk a month, and when it's gone, it's gone. Put this down. Sorry about my thumb again. My hand, my thumb, whatever. Get rid of that stinker. Here, take that. And this. And this. There. Everywhere you go, you're going to smell that, you thing. When I showed you the cinnamon back there, it reminded me to say something about the comment of the popcorn on the floor, because usually I pick that up and say, I'm not feeding House Mouse, he's not welcome, and then I start finding his little places where he's been and cleaning it and putting mint down and finding the food source that he's trying to get to. And sometimes it's in my sink, so that's another reason I've been trying to keep my dishes done. I've also been trying to keep my dishes done because fruit flies drive me nuts, and it's inevitable. I think everybody gets them, but I can't stand the swarm of them, and I can't stand looking in my coffee going, I gotta dump this cup because there's a fruit fly in it. I guess I'm not that addicted to coffee, because if there's that in it, I won't drink it. Yeah. Standing here sweating my bottom end off. I have to take this shirt off. 69 degrees in my house. I leave it at about 69, 68, something like that, because I am menopausal. I get hot flashes. I gotta turn that light off because it happens to be a solar light. And it's plugged in here. I can't reach it. And I can unplug it from here and take it off of up here and put it anywhere in the house. So I have two of those. I have to turn the light off. I'll turn the other lights on, I guess, so you can see me. Hello! Woo! It's dark in here. You can kind of see me. I have a I forgot a word again. Nightlight over there. And that's just to get through the house at night, because I turn my lights off. And usually I depend on that one light, which happens to be a fan, and I adore it. And then I at night, if I want to wander around the house, say I need to get to the kitchen, I will, well, for one thing, I'll turn that one off. We'll see what happens, okay? I'll go solar. That's a solar light. We'll turn that one off because save energy. Because even though it's solar, they still run out. That's a solar light. Just do it, because... Just do it, Tressa. That's a solar light. This one doesn't like to work. It's burning out. Well, it's doing something. That's a solar light. And I'm doing it by remote. They all have the same remote. I don't know. That one is a solar light. And it's plugged. I think I said it already. It's plugged in right there. It charges outside my window. It's through the window. But you can take this one off and put it anywhere you want to in the house when it's charged. It has 2 modes. I like to turn that one off. So anyway, this one up here in the kitchen up here won't turn off at all. It's just on. I think it's just quirky and weird. Everything does that. We'll turn that one off. But right now, with the brightness in this room, that's all solar. They're supposed to be outdoor lights, I think. Oops, let's turn that light off. Turn that. These two work on the same remote, and it's strange to me. I'll turn this one off. This one doesn't like to stay too charged either, but also this guy, he stays on all night, but it's a solar light. I can turn it on and off if I want to, but it's basically a... I'm going to turn it on right now. It's going to be like, hey, you! I'll get to... Oh, here's the other... The brother of that one in the kitchen that I could take anywhere I want to in the house. I have another one. I think it's hung up by my bed. I'll find it out anyway. This is how I turn my lights on and off in my bathroom. But solar light. And yeah, okay. There's a lot more other things rigged in here because those up top there are my pipes. Let me... I live in a trailer. And yeah, I live in a trailer. Let's see, I need to get to the bed. I also gotta get to my coffee cup. I'm gonna turn my light on. Turn on. I'm gonna turn this other one off because I don't really need it with that one on. Oh, I don't need that one on. That one's on. Turn that one on. Can you hear me? Woo! So I have those solar lights rigged all over the house. I had that wonderful... Oh, my coffee's almost all the way full. Why am I doing this? I have that wonderful... It's the most wonderful time of the year. Oh, darn it, I hate forgetting words. And I seriously think it's A.D.H.D. Won't take medicine for it because I was on that path of medications. I was like, yeah, medication. I'm going to put that on 25 because it doesn't stay on all the time, but I mean, it doesn't stay charged all the time. Oh, the one that I got for Christmas. It is this one. And it turns on too, but it's also a motion one. So I could turn that off. And I can turn this off too, because I don't really need it. Sit here in my chair for a while. I've been in bed for 3 days, it seems like. Maybe I haven't, but it just seems like it. I have been. My dad being an electrician, wow, that was a strong cup of coffee. Woohoo, good morning, Tressa. My dad was a journeyman's electrician, and he's still with us, but he's like 82. So he was. That's what he did. He was actually basically a jack of all trades. And I learned a lot of things from him. So rigging up the solar lights was one of my tinkering jobs. I have a solar fountain over here that my cats drink out of. It's actually a solar bird bath. It's only on when the sun's out. They don't mind. They seem to like to watch it when it runs, but drink it when it's not. But it's the only source that they love. I have other sources around the house, but it's the one that they love. It's the one that I have to keep refilling all the time. Not that I don't refill their water all the time. Basically daily, I look at the dishes and I go, yeah, we'll clean that one out. We'll clean that one out. We'll clean that one out. I have wrinkles. Ooh, wrinkles. Sorry. My electricity is hooked up funky in here, and I'm pretty sure it's very dodgy. But he taught me a few little tricks. And since then I figured out that it probably wasn't me, but it was a coincidence that it happened at the same time. I was putting shelves up because I have 0 closets in my house, so I have to rig places to put things. I'll tell you about all of those in a few minutes too, if you want to hear. If you don't, I'm going to tell it anyway. So I have I was screwing that in, and all of a sudden, the electricity in my bathroom, in the room past it, the bedroom past it, the furnace, behind the refrigerator, in the alcove, you'll see that in my videos too. A lot of times my cat food's up there because that's where I don't feel like bending down and picking it up and all sorts of stuff. I'm 50 and I like to do things smarter, not harder. Something else Dad said. He says, if it requires 1 nail, 6 screws will do. I wonder if he was telling me to go get screwed. He would too. It's just his sense of humor. So he showed me these. I guess I put my glasses on and wander the house again. He showed me these things that you can screw into a light socket. Where did I put my glasses, man? Didn't I just have them? Dudes. Oh, there it is. He showed me these things, and I'm going to have to turn actual light on over here so that you can see them, because I just explained the one solar light just doesn't want to work. So I'll come over here and turn that light on. Let me turn this other solar light off for a minute. Just to save a little bit of the turn off. Thank you. He showed me these things that you can screw into the outlet. Hello. Like this. He did that over here, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I have a extension cord just for a night light. I think I'm going to have to unplug that one because I don't need it there. Because I had my big chair over here and was sitting here doing crafts. And then I decided it needed to be over here. This table used to be an actual full table. But I took all the legs off and put them on this side. And then I took the other half and I put it under the cat station. And he built that thing that it's on, but I put the covered doors on it just because I tinker. Temu, I think $80, and you have to build it yourself. Anyway, he showed me those things. So I have it rigged where my heater is plugged in there. And I don't think you can see it very well in this light. Let me see if you could see it now. Anyway, there's a green one right there. That one goes to my bathroom. And this is the furnace door. So I just kind of brought the furnace one out and put the electricity to the bathroom in. And we go over here. And here is where it comes in. And I turn it on and off right there. So I rig things. It's probably not like optimal. I think I'll leave that light on because it's the only light on in the house and it's not really going to hurt anything. Electricity was like $60. 65 bucks because I paid for 2 months. I'm not going to say this over and over. I'm not a math major. But it was like $148 for 2 months. So I'm just going to leave that light on. You could see me within the shadows or whatever of it. Ew. Well, excuse me and my nose. I need to take my Zyrtec, but it's stuck in my purse somewhere, and I don't know where my purse is. Let me find. I get really weird about like wiping. I mean, like knowing that I'm wiping my nose on camera. I know I do like this a lot as a habit, but I don't realize I'm doing this. But if I'm actually like going to do with a paper or something, I'm weird about it. I just think it's, I don't know. And then I'll discuss weird things like body functions and it doesn't bother me, but sitting here and wiping my nose in front of everybody just kind of seems like a strange thing to me. So I don't know. Everybody's got their thing. So wipe my nose and you don't have to see it. I'll tell you the story of why that grosses me out. I used to work in a motel. And here in Michigan, well, I've worked in a lot of motels. I've been a housekeeper a lot. But this is where I learned a few things. Here in Michigan, you could take your cans back for 10 cents. So you're basically renting the can and giving it back to the store when you're done with it. For recycle purposes. I have no clue. So as a housekeeper, our tips were sometimes the cans left in the room. So they'd leave like 12 packs or 24 packs or a few of those in the room and you got a couple of dollars. I had gas money. I mean, way back then, I was 20 or so. You had gas money for the week. Picking one up, I had found nose waste, but it was from the lungs, but I didn't realize it and I'd stuck my thumb in it. And it made me so sick. It just, So I actually quit picking up cans and bottles because I'm like, no. And then when Alana was born, when she was 10 days old, she ended up with RSV, which is a respiratory virus. She's 28 now, so she did survive. She's fine for her. But I'd seen next to her the collection container. So I'm really sensitive to nose things. So if you really want to gross me out, start talking about that. Then I'll find whatever's gross to you and double it. So you want to start a gross out war? I'm good at it. I was telling you how everything was rigged up. So you'll see in my videos all of these wires, but none of the little tiny black wires are hooked up to actual electricity. They're hooked up to solar panels. I have a solar fan that I made a air conditioner with. It was kind of a weak air conditioner, so I'm trying to redesign it for myself. Because this solar fan is only the size of, excuse my paper, it's only the size of one of those computer fans. So it was basically really weak, but it kind of worked. I used a styrofoam cooler and I put containers of frozen ice in it, and it worked for pretty much until it decided it was going to be warm. So I just had to keep freezing stuff to put in it. But I also had to use a regular fan at certain points, like when it got up to 90, because it just wasn't powerful enough to blow the cool air at me. I don't want giant solar power, and I would love to actually be able to do just solar, but I don't want giant solar panels because they are toxic to throw away. When people are saying they're using clean energy, they're not. Nothing is clean energy. Where do they think the electricity's coming from? Coal? Where's, it used to be nuclear. So yeah, you're burning down trees to light your house. That's not clean energy. It's not clean at all. So recharging your car, you're not doing any favors to the earth. You're just changing one nasty thing to another nasty thing. You're not going to get clean energy. But the solar lights save me money. I do have an e-bike. Again, because gasoline is more expensive and I can't get gasoline in my home, but I can recharge my bike in my home. I'm not like, solar is not, look it up. Solar panels are toxic to get rid of. So again, I know I'm not doing any favors to the earth. If you want to have the luxury of lights, you're going to be polluting. If you want to have the luxury of a car, you're going to be polluting. Whether it's an electric car or a gasoline car, there's going to be emissions somewhere. And I'm quite aware of that. And I'm not judging anybody who thinks that it is. I don't judge people. I do not judge people. It's just, it's all me. This is my opinion. This is me. And everybody's opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one. Whew, that's a strong cup. Oh, my light's on out there. I wonder if my door is flopping around and turning it on. Or is it just daylight? I'm going to go check. Because it looks like my light is on out there. That also is so... I'll show you. You want to see the snow? You want to build a snowman? No, man. I don't. Oh, it's raining out. There's the snow. There's my light. There's its little solar panel right there. And I gotta close this door because cats like out there. And my thumb again. Jeez. You guys like looking at my thumbs? Because I like to put my thumb over the camera when I'm changing the thing. I just recently realized that, well, I didn't realize you could do it, but I was like, duh, how do you turn the camera around? Again. Sit in my chair. I don't feel like going to my bed. Them animals want on me. I have the back half of my house cut off, but it's not sealed off because I need to be able to get in there because of storage. So I put those flappy things on my door, I put those on the outside there so that I can seal it up, slam the screen door shut, and have a seal so the wind doesn't come in. I have plastic over my windows. That's how you do it in the wintertime. But what I did is, because it's very, very cold in that other half of the house back there, behind the kitchen, I'd bought 2 of them and I didn't realize it. So I put 2 of them up back there. I'll show you that too. Right there is one of those. Right there, that square thing. And it actually keeps it pretty insulated in here. I don't know why it's so cold back there. I'm thinking it might possibly be because I don't have I should plastic it too, because I don't have winter windows over it. House didn't come with those. It was just screens all over the place. I have the other bedroom that doesn't have electricity shut off too. And I just live in the kitchen, alcove, living room, bathroom area. I have a tiny house within a house. It's more like basically, I guess, a studio apartment. I don't need all that space. I do need the space for my stuff. So, storage. Those are my big closets because I don't have closets. I have one. And I have, the typical cupboards for the bathroom. And there's only 3 of those. So I have one built-in closet in this house. And it happens to be by the front door in the kitchen next to the refrigerator. Weird. I have the bedroom back there. You come up the hallway. On your right, there's a bathroom, which also has the washing machine and the dryer. Washing machine and the dryer. The dryer works. I don't like to use it. I have places to hang my clothes because in the wintertime, I need humidity. I also need clean clothes. Clean, wet clothes makes humidity. The washer, the big washer, doesn't work. I turned it on a couple days ago. Not a couple days ago, about a month ago or so. Turned it on and it's chunk, 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 chunk. Like the lime had settled, or it needs the belt replaced or something. But that thing is over 12 years old too. And it was being used before I moved in here. So I have a small little compact one like you would use in an RV or something. My friend Bina told me about those. When I wear clothes, an outfit, I take it off, I wash it, I hang it up. There's no reason to have a pile of clothes when there's just me. That's just lazy, in my opinion, to myself. But anyway, that room is storage now. The bedroom is storage. The hallway is storage. My actual manual bike is back there. So I have 2 vehicles. Woohoo! I'm rich. I come in and there's the kitchen. The kitchen has a regular sized stove in it. I don't like using it. I don't make turkeys. I don't make giant roasts. If I want a roast like thing, I'll buy a thick steak and I'll roast it in my little oven. I have yoga mats on my floor, so sometimes when I'm walking, I kind of slip. I have to fix that. Anyway, that's the structure of the kitchen. So you come from the kitchen, and then there's that space between the kitchen and the living room, which I call the alcove, and that's where that little tiny table is that I converted into a one person, or you could actually fit 4 people around it if you squeeze two skinny people on each side. You could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people around it if you really want to. But you could actually comfortably fit 4 people around it if you want to. Eventually I'll have a chair right there so I can have dinner at a table. Just something I want. So you come from the alcove, and there's my big pile of garbage bags that need to go outside. Will happen when it's garbage day again, and I need to wipe that off again. I need to find my Zyrtec. So I converted my couch into a bed with a gel mattress cover because my couch was falling apart. I couldn't get it outside by myself. So I decided to convert it to something else. Right now it's got my clean clothes on it because I don't have a place to put my clean clothes at the moment. I will. I'll find something. I'll get something. And then across from that's my bed. And then in front of that is this thing I got from Temu. I do not recommend buying one of these things because it fell apart. And it was like close to $90. Maybe it was 80 some dollars. But it fell apart. And I took caulking and I try to enunciate the word or the L in that word because a lot of people make fun of it. And I put it in the joints of it. So if it's going to fall apart, it's going to fall apart more slow than it did before. But I do not Well, let's turn the light on and you can see it. Remote, where did you go? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? This thing. I personally put the 2 there so that because my bed is behind there, so if I wake up I can put things there and reach stuff. And then on the outside I put these ones out here. You probably see there's yarn and stuff in there. Then there's a closet area and that says house is protected. Ooh. This house is protected by attack cats. My dad got that for me. But behind there is where you can hang up some clothes. It's pretty convenient. And right now, I mean, it wibbles and wobbles because freaking cheap. But it doesn't like twist and turn like it was. These do, but slower. But I still really honestly do not recommend buying one of these things. It's a good idea. And I guess if you're just going to put like light stuff, but even if you're going to put light stuff in it, it still needs to stay together. Like there was a part of it that just kept popping out. So I forced a screw into it. Actually, I think I forced 2 screws into it. Right? Turn it. right here. I forced a screw into it because I was like, oh, right there too. I was like, that kept popping out. It made me mad. Oh my goodness, I've got yarn all over me. What the heck, guys? Where'd that come from? I'm tangled up in yarn. Yes, I'm wearing a skirt that I made. I'm tangled up in yarn and I have no idea how. Hold on. And I freed myself. I got this one from Temu, which is basically pressboard, but it's a really nice, this is where I keep my silverware. And yeah, this is a broken plate, but I'm trying to figure out what to put it in to throw it away so it's not ripping my bag. You have to build them. But for the price I got it for, I don't mind building stuff. I love building stuff. I love tinkering. I love messing around and finding out what what things do. Like, if it's I don't know. I just like to look at something and say, okay, that does good for what it is. What else can it do? That's how my mind works. I think it's a genetic thing because that's how my dad's mind works. He and I pretty much clashed when I was growing up. And we both all realize now that autism was clashing with autism. His quirks and my quirks did not mix. Now, I'll tell you, the man is very, very good at math. Math, money. He'll get you 50 pennies out of a dime. You know, he'll squeeze $1 out of a dime. And he'll be talking numbers. And I'll say, Dad, that's all Greek to me. Number. I'm like, Dad, I think in colors and you think in numbers, and it's not working out with our conversations. We would get into so many arguments because we weren't understanding each other. We didn't talk the same language. I pulled my head out of my own butt and I realized what was going on and started looking around and learning more clues because I figured, I'm in this spot where I just don't understand people. I don't understand other people, and I need to understand other people, and I need to be able to be appropriate around other people. So I'm training myself to human. There's just too many people in my life now. Well, they've been there. These people have been in my life. I'm like, they just think I'm funny. They just think, They just think. And they, all along, I love you, Tressa, I love you, Tressa, I love you. You love me, okay, you love what? It was hard for me to understand why people would genuinely like me or love me. I don't know how deep to get into that because, I need that one on, I need this one off. I don't know how deep to get into that. I may have touched on other videos because then right now I'm forgetting what I had said in the other ones. I don't care what I said in the other ones. If I repeat myself, I do. I do that all the time, even within the video. My sibling's a narcissist. She said to me, I hate you because you were born. I didn't choose to be here. So I have been hated my entire life by people that were supposed to love me and guide me into being a human being. My father, my dad, who I adore now, was a narcissist. And he would tell me things like, you know, that piece of food you're eating's not going to help you lose weight. You're awfully fat. If you're going to be single forever, you better learn how to use tools. You're only smart enough to go out and drive tow trucks and not tow trucks, but backhoes and front loaders and stuff like that. That doesn't take much. All you got to know how to do is drive. Doesn't take much skill. That's all you need to do. You can't do anything else. I was trainably mentally impaired, is what they told me I was, and my disability is math. As a matter of fact, I have dyscalculia, which is dyslexia with numbers, and you can look it up. It is true. It is a real thing. And you can't. You don't tell Tressa you can't. I, as a matter of fact, proved to them I could. I was a cashier. Excuse me, that sounded awfully French. I was a cashier for over 3 years. So tell me I can't. That was my first realization that I'm not what these people are saying. And then it got to the point, I want to say 3 years ago, where I just had enough. My sibling lives like, I could see her house out my window. And I'm not happy about that, but whatever. I just don't go over there. She doesn't come over here. If I walk past her house, I just walk past her house. Whatever. I'm not scared of her. So anyway, that's why I said in my intro, if you're going to say something nasty, it doesn't matter to me, because I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I know exactly what's wrong. I know exactly. I'm actually my biggest critic now. You can say the worst thing you can think of to me, and I'll be like, I might diagnose it and say, you know, that might be right. Or I might just go, can you come up with something original? I've heard that already many times. That's my reaction to insults, because I have heard most of them. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a saint, because I'm pretty sure I dug my little nails into some people too. Most of the time, what you get, if you dig and dig and dig, and which is what people like to do until they get a reaction. They get a reaction. They get the worst reaction possible. And then I'm the evil person because I hurt their feelings. So, yeah, that's how life is for me. Other than Moody, who I've been seeing for 12 years over the internet because he lives in Australia. Every man I've ever been with decided I was a punching bag. So right now, he's a safe relationship, because I'm going to admit this, and he's probably going to see this, because he's not here and I don't have to deal with, oh, he's scaring me because he's loud, or right now, that's perfect for me, right this minute. And it's a jerk reaction. It's PTSD. It's not, I'm afraid of people. It's PTSD right now at this point. There is no cure for that. There is no medication for that. It's just I have to deal with it. But if people are loud around me, I will go, or I will wonder if they're angry with me for no reason. I'll be like, did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? I'll overthink it within myself. I don't see a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists, when I was in middle school, the man said, "You're fat. That's why you're having your problems." I was fat, but you don't tell a middle school girl that when you're a man, for one thing. You don't tell a middle school girl that. You try and help them out. You don't just say, "You're fat. That's why you're having all your problems." The next psychiatrist I saw would sit there and be writing their things down and with their nostrils. And I look at him, I say, "Are you yawning?" "Well, yeah, I had a hard night." And she started dumping on me. I shut down, wouldn't talk to her, and I told my mom I'm not seeing her again. A few psychiatrists after that, he was taking his notes, but he was drawing Donald Duck. He wasn't even taking notes. He wasn't listening to me. So I don't see them. I have to figure life out on my own. These people are in it for the wallet. They're in it for the paycheck. They're not there to help you. Squeaky, what do you want? I'm not laying down just because you want me to. These guys are my psychiatrists, therapists. Actually, I call her the therapist. Spell it out, because she's like a sticker on me if I lay down. Like, all the time. Like, right here on my chest. But they help me. They're basically my emotional support. And I don't run, unless it's a huge problem, I don't run to my friends either, because they have their own issues. I know I could, and I appreciate that, but I figure things out on my own, and I'm okay. I haven't taken any kind of medication in 5 years, and I'm better off without it. I did go through withdrawals. It was a nasty, and then I got rid of my narcissistic sister. I got rid of contact with her, and I started healing more and more and more and more and more. I just don't talk to her. She doesn't exist. Unless my mom mentions her, and I'm like, whatever. The psychology of why Tressa is weird. So anyway, life's been screwed up. And then I have haters. But there's this one, and I won't mention her name. She had a daycare and had a husband. She didn't want it to end up like Tressa. She almost did, because she almost dated one of my exes, and I told him off for her. This was when we were talking. So she would have ended up like me if I hadn't said something. So she should thank me for that. But no, she sicks her brother on me, because her brother's a disgusting swamp thing that should go and find his mother and have fun with her from underneath his bed. And I know that's disgusting and dark. He should be playing a banjo. Ding 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 in bed. There's my insults for him. But anyway, his brother, her husband's brother, guess half brother, I don't remember, was stuck in my life because they didn't want him there. They didn't act like they didn't want him there. They were just setting me up on a date. And I fell for him. A year and a half these people lied to me. I had this man in my house. My daughter was 14 at the time. A year and a half these people lied to me. This man had just gotten out of I think it was adult prison, and he had been in juvie before that for messing with children. And they stuck him in my house with my kid in my life, and they endangered my other best friend's children because he liked boys. We broke up because I found that out. And I was like, okay, maybe that was a mistake. Whatever, they're sorry, maybe. So I decided to help her out because I think, at that point in time, her mother had died. That's why I said her brother needs to drag her body out from underneath the bed and have his fun with her. Because again, banjo. So I decided to go and start helping her at her daycare, and she started demanding more and more and more. Well, it wasn't her husband at the time. It was, I don't know, it was her boyfriend at the time, and he'd moved in, and they were getting married, and had to just dig that into me, that they were getting married. So I told her she could shove her wedding up her butt. I'm done. So I'm the evil one. I'm the bad person. I'm the bad person. That's just a big major one. So you'll see people in the comments tell me how much of a pile of crap I am because I reacted. And it doesn't bother me because I know who I am and what I am. I have other people to tell me. I have Pam, her children. I just watched her latest video, and her littlest one, Journey, kept saying, with Aunt T, with Aunt T, with Aunt T. So she loves me. All of their cats love me, except for the one. But she's really, she only loves me when she's in heat. But apparently she only loves other people when she's in heat too. I have her, and this is what happens when I get into a depression or I get into a sadness. I start naming off. This person loves me, this person loves me, this person loves me, this person loves me. All the other people that don't matter. Because I have Pam and her children, Bina and her children, Julie and her children, my own daughters. My one daughter doesn't know me. That was my choice because I noticed that she was put up for adoption. I wasn't able to raise my kids. I was screwed up in the head and didn't know how to mom. So Alana was taken from me, but raised by my mom and dad, and I was still in her life. And then I became pregnant with my second one, Jade, who is, well, Alana's 28, 23, I think. She was put up for adoption, and she has a wonderful family. Mom and dad just adore her. She just, got a good life. Sad stories, right? I'm not looking for feel bad for me. I'm rambling about this. To me, this is therapeutic to me to be able to speak this out loud. Don't feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for me. I'm moving forward. I am moving forward. I'm shedding that caca skin. That's not who I am. That's not who I want to be. I've realized in my life, my role in life is to be Aunt T. My daughter decided she's not having children. The gene pool ends with her. I support that. I support that because I love her, and that's her choice. There's a few other choices she's made that some people would be like, okay, that's my daughter. I love her. I support everything, no matter what. I support everything with people I love. It doesn't matter what the quirk is. If that's you, I love you anyway. If that's you, I will accept that because that's part of you. If you don't accept a part of a person, you don't fully accept them. That means, do you really love them? I don't know where to end this. I'm kind of just ranting and not ranting and raving. I'm just kind of just ranting and rambling now. I'm probably going to just go watch some YouTube videos and figure out the rest of the day. I might publish another video. I know this is an hour long. Wow. Good morning to everyone. Have your cups of coffee and have a good day. Hopefully I'll see you again